With one single piece of A4 paper, my life completely changed. In 2010, I was working for one of the biggest sports companies in the world, taking care of over 300 retail stores in 8 countries, and for anyone who really cares, turning over $100 million of business every year. As I sat in my office, I reached into my printer to the paper tray and pulled out one single piece of A4 paper. I then reached over to my pen holder, grabbed a pencil, because I knew I was going to make some mistakes, sharpened it, and asked myself one single question: what is important to me? 15 minutes later, the paper wasn't overly full, but I had down on that piece of paper what was important to me and how I thought I would get it in 15 minutes. What I want to quickly share with you is the 3 things that that piece of paper taught me on that day and that I still hold true to today, and I encourage you guys to think about. Number 1 is to keep things simple. It was one piece of A4. We're in a world where we've got access to so many things these days. If you don't know the answer, you Google it, you call someone, you send someone, we don't call anymore, that's a lie. You send someone a WhatsApp message or you instant message them in some way. And we get all of this information and we try and put it in here and try and get something decent out. Share with you that that piece of paper taught me is that you will never cover every single scenario. So why waste your time on them? No matter what you do, someone will turn around to you, and we're really good at doing this to each other. Oh, have you thought of this? I've been working on this for weeks, for months, for years, and then you've just chucked in one more thing. Or what about this idea? You're never going to have every single scenario covered, so don't worry about it. So long as you've got what's important to you on your piece of paper, and it can be a little bit bigger, or it could be a postage note, that's all that matters. Every scenario and every question will not be covered. And the third thing I want to share with you is that the time is now. Who cares about the start of next week? Who cares about doing something when the kids get out of school? Who cares about waiting till the weather warms up, cools down, or I don't know what? We're constantly putting stuff off, putting stuff off, putting stuff off. I want to tell you something, and it doesn't mean that you have to go and quit your jobs today, but you have to take your piece of paper, because the time really is now. If you haven't done the exercise, do it. Write down, ask yourself the question, what's important to me and how am I going to get it? Because I can tell you, once you do that and once you get that piece of paper, everything that was blurry before, or anything that doesn't make sense to you right now, or you're worried about, becomes so crystal clear. And all the time that you wasted putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, you can never catch up. We know that. So the time really is now. And folks, there's a lot of you here that I know, and there's a lot of you that I don't know. But I can promise you to do an exercise like this, no matter who you are, no matter where you're at, is something that's amazingly important for you and will help you in so many ways. Just remember 3 things. Keep it simple. You'll never cover every scenario, but the time really is now. Thank you very much.